somebody bullshitted somebody the day that they gave this interview for this guy. Whether it's the front office that was bullshitting this guy with what they had plans for, or he bullshitted them with how he was a great coach. Because something isn't right here.
And we're back. Steve Pontecorvo here. TNV Clothing.
Jumpy exchange. Sorry, Steve, I'll cut you off there, bro. I got all fired up about this episode.
No, I'm ready. I sent it to you.
Oh.
We're right back. Quick movement.
That's it, bro. What's good?
What's going on? The Exchange TNV. Here we are. Once again, back on the Feels Good platform. You just hit that subscribe button for us, please. We appreciate everybody tuning in on this newest edition of this podcast here for Feels Good. Now, breaking news. The New York Red Bulls fire Sandro Schwartz.
Was it a fire or was it a mutual? I keep seeing a mutual. I keep seeing letting go. I keep seeing a mutual. What do you think?
It sounds like a mutual. And on top of that, head of sport, Jochen Schneider, will also be relieving his duties, putting it down to a family issue, or wants to be closer to his family in Germany, some other things. So I don't know. I don't know if this was all mutual, if this was discussed at the end of the season that this would happen. When I spoke to Sandro at the end of the year, I asked him about if he felt any pressure, and he said he knew the pressure was on him to make this right. So I'm not sure if he did see this coming. We'll have to find out really more tomorrow at the end of that press conference, the exit meeting.
Dude, I can't believe it. You know, we spoke about it even when we did our other thing. You know, we spoke about it a lot. Like, you kind of wanted to see him go. You didn't want to see him go. I didn't think he would go. I think that he took you guys to the final, you know, last year. This year, like, had a lot of tough breaks. But I don't think it was enough to let him go. But it's wild that it came to this, and it came to this so fast. Now that we're here, right, is it the right move, Steve?
This is tough. We won't know until, you know, probably next year. Something had to change. I mean, we spoke about it, you know, last week on the last episode. If you haven't listened to it, you can still go back and listen because it's all still relative about needing change within the organization. You hear a lot of it online. Change the ownership, change this or that, the players, and well, here it is. So I think it needed to happen. Nobody was happy with the transfer window. I think you can agree with that. The New York Red Bulls needed to do more, and they didn't add anything. It was a step back from the year of making the final. We appreciate Sandro being able to maneuver that cup run, but it was just the cup run really that helped save his tenure. I did think that was enough for him to come back and that he wasn't properly backed. So it's interesting to really say, is it really solely on Sandro? I don't know. And is this a good move? I think hopefully in the long run it is. I want to still bring in more local guys. I want to see a local coach get in there. We haven't had an American coach or someone local in a long time. Maybe Troy Lesane, but I know he wasn't, you know, close to that. But listen, what do you think? And you mulling anybody? You have any ideas off the top of your head you might bring in?
Here's what I'm thinking. When I heard the news, I said, "Oh man, Jochen and him. They weren't happy with the whole system. Somebody wasn't happy with everything, right?" But again, they both did enough to bring this team to the finals. Like, you know, going into this year and then during this year with the injuries and stuff, like, I mean, it's not an excuse, but they brought in the piece that they needed, and then everything around them finally, like, went to shit, right? And I think that was out of Sandro's control, and he had to make do with what he had. I think that he saw the writing on the wall. If it was a situation where they had to part ways, I think he might have saw the writing on the walls, how this year could be really bad for his career as a coach if they went to shit again. You know, like, you brought a team to the finals and you have 2 back-to-back years. So it's kind of good that he's leaving on the note of like a 50-50 kind of thing. But I think that the writing was on the wall when they brought in Michael Bradley.
Interesting.
I'm not saying that he's the guy next, because I asked a few people, you know, that are writers and you know, have podcasts, Mark Fishkin and Gary. I asked them both separately. I'm like, you know, what are we thinking? Michael Bradley? And they were like, not yet. Like, he's not the guy yet. And then I started hearing from other people, Mark included, Jim Curtin. He wanted to be close to his family. So, you know, it's a possibility that he takes the job. But this is all still fresh news. So Sandro's and Jokic, their blood's still blue, man. So like we can't go replacing them just yet. Like technically they're still here. Are they like fired because Jokic's doing the press conference tomorrow?
Yeah,
So like
I'm not sure how they're wording it. It almost says like part ways, so it does sound like it's almost like mutual, but I don't know. I mean, the way it sounded like, I'm just saying in that last press conference against Columbus or even against the last home game, it sounded like Sandro was going to come back. That we all have to work together and move forward together with a good energy and yada yada yada. But 2 years is all he gets. 2 years is all he's ever gotten at any club. He was in Bertha in Bundesliga, only got a year and a half there. He was at Dynamo Moscow in Russia. He got 2 years there. And before that, he was at Mainz, where he only had 2 years as head manager, and 2 years he was head of the second team. So it seems like that's Sandro's
Emma.
like MO. You get 2 years out of him, and he's like you said, it's a 50-50 thing. I think right, you push the button now because I was saying that if they come into this next season and struggle off the bat, that he's gonna be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if they kept him and the Red Bulls came out of the gate struggling, then say they signed somebody and we just came out of the gate, they would be calling for Sandro's head. So they're just gonna looks like just completely change, and it looks like Julian de Guzman will take over. It says head of sport. We can pull up this article here. I'll have to pull it up here on the screen for you guys. I'm just discussing what happened and what's going on. There will be an exit meeting Tuesday. We're recording this on a Monday night, so hopefully we'll find out more answers, and this will also be helpful for you guys to understand what's going on with the front office shakeup, which I think, like we said, fans called for it. We wanted movement, and we got it. You think this is good, right? At the end of the day, whoever we find, even if it's a promotion from within, which I don't think Michael Bradley. I mean, it's too soon. I mean, that was still Serge's team,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
Michael's just been able to add to it, and he hasn't even had the full year with him. So I don't think they're going to get Michael Bradley. I don't think so. I'm telling you, I think having an American coach or a local guy somewhere from around here during the World Cup year that understands this area a little bit more would be a better fit for some of these younger guys. Because you know what? Those are the guys that need the coaching. You don't have to coach Forsberg or Chupo as much. The
No,
younger
but you know
guys.
what, man? Like, think about it. A guy like Emil, right? This will be his third year in the MLS. Second coach in 3 years. Like, you're getting a second coach in 3 years.
It's not too crazy.
You don't
There's been
think that's
worse.
too crazy? Chupo, two coaches, 2 years. You
Missing the
don't think
playoffs,
so?
something had to happen.
Yeah,
Something had
I
to be
guess.
done from
You
missing
know, it's
playoffs.
funny that for weeks we were calling for the fans to like have this happen, and now that it's happened, it's like, now what? Now
It's
what?
like it is shocking. I was shocked this morning hearing it. He broke the news. Sandro's out. I said, really? I didn't know this decision was going to come even this quickly after the season has ended. Um,
And then ruining his Thanksgiving, right?
exactly. And then to know that Schneider is also leaving and going back to Germany, and him telling us that, he put his all into the club and he's leaving it for Julian to take over. So we'll see if that's a great move. I mean, what do you think of that move right off the bat? Julian de Guzman stepping up the role.
I told you off camera, I like Julian. I like Julian a lot. You know, good times, bad times, he was always there. He always shows love to the exchange. You know, me, I find myself always talking to him when I go to training. Mo, I know, has like a cool thing with him too. Like when he looks like he's there, he sees one of us, he's expected to see both of us. So there's a good camaraderie there. So I don't want to talk bad on anybody like that. But I will say, like how much training could you possibly have from a guy who left the DP spot open? So like, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the guy who's teaching you how to possibly do this, like, what are you thinking taking this job and that guy being the guy that taught you? Unless you take what you see from afar and then you change it for what other people are asking for. But in my head, the first thing I thought was like, if he was training him, that's not the way you want, man. You got 4 DP spots; they should all be filled up. You waved the white flag before the race was over. You waved the white flag.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully he can learn from his mistakes, right? That we can just hope that he can come in and bring some new ideas and I don't know how he's going to do on the player recruitment side. Maybe he'll have. I don't know if Mario Gomez is still involved too. So I'm saying there's some. Looks like there's a big mix up here within this front five, and where Jurgen Klopp falls in all this is very interesting too, and to see maybe he called some of these shots, possibly, possibly. We don't know. We don't know. I'm just saying, like it's interesting. So maybe he saw something in Julian or Mark did or Mario. Somebody had to give him this promotion.
Or is it a situation like they have with on the field where they're only using and picking guys with what they have? So what if Julian is the only guy that was available to do something like this? Like, so it's just like that. It could be like a situation of by committee. He got the job by committee. I mean, only time will tell what's about to happen. But I'm very excited for this press conference. Dude, you know what? I was actually just thinking right now, we might have to hop on again just to talk about what happened, even if it's like a quick 10-minute, to talk about what happened at the press conference tomorrow.
Oh yeah, oh for tomorrow, yes, of course.
Yeah, yeah. There might have to be
The
some
fallout.
sort of something.
Yeah, the fallout should be interesting. There'll maybe be more news and more, information that follows this news of Schwartz and Schneider leaving the New Jersey, New York area. Big move at a Red Bull Global. I mean, we'll see if they plug in another one of their, Terminators over there. They're producing machines and just throwing us coaches, Struber, Schwartz now. Well, we can always thank Sandro for that 2024 year and getting us to the final, but some names that have been still lingering around. Mark DeGrande is another one. He's been in the club for a while, pretty much since the Metro Stars. He's been able to be a puppet, essentially, for Red Bull. These are all good guys, but I'm just calling it how it really is. You got to know who's calling the shots, and Red Bull has the money. We just want to see somebody use it or just be able to get somebody for a different price tag. So hopefully with this new shakeup, we can do that. But moving on, let's just predict this. We'll put out some rumors right now. We're putting in the rumor mill. All right? I am the rumor mill. I'm going to get it going. We said some crazy names when we wanted to get a DP, like Griezmann and Timo and Neymar. We said all this crazy shit. So now we can start a rumor about which coach will be the next coach of the New York Red Bulls. Jorge, who would you like to see at the helm of this?
Whoever comes in is going to be stepping in shit, but I am going to pick.
Yeah, they're walking into a barnyard?
Yeah. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
dude. To be honest with you, man, like, there's a couple guys that I would love because they would change the dynamic of this. Like, I saw that Tata is about to go back to Atlanta, and that would be a guy that's ideal. I've been saying that I think they need to bring in some Spanish kids. Shout out to RB2. They killed it last night. They're on to it, but I thought of it because a lot of Spanish kids on the team.
We'll get to them.
Shout out to RB2. I think you need to come in with somebody who's going to change the culture of this thing. His voice is going to be heard. I mean, Jim Curran would be perfect, right? Then that's what a couple of people have been saying. A couple of Red Bull pages have been reporting it. Is that the guy? I don't know, but he's a proven winner, MLS proven winner.
Yeah.
Which is very different. You got to adjust to things. The way that this game is played here, the way that this season is here, like, you have to adjust to that. Those are all important pieces, and he's a guy that I could see being great. But ideally, I think they're just going to do some Red Bull shit and bring in Bradley. If they win, I think Bradley becomes.
Wow, that would be interesting. That would be a very quick promotion for Michael Bradley if he somehow manages right.
But I feel like that was the plan the whole time.
Is it though? Michael Bradley, has he ever this is his first coaching gig.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, you have to start somewhere, right? Why not start with a team that went to shit after winning the final? You have somewhat of the pieces there. You have 2 DP spots. You have to fill up another DP spot and cut some weight, and then you should be able to have a team that at least competes. And you're actually, I'm going to show you something hilarious that I just found.
What? This is going to be good. Ah, my guy, yeah. I know, he played at Roma. I know. And maybe you're right. I just think it would be quick. It would be too soon, would it not be?
Oh, I said the same thing, but that's my pick. It's being set up for him to be the guy. A lot of people say no. A lot of people say yeah. I'm not going to throw it into the pot of rumor mill, but I will say, like, if he was the guy, it wouldn't surprise me. If Jim Curtin was the guy, it wouldn't surprise me either. It would just be. It would surprise me if it was like another like Sandro Schwartz, some guy that they picked up again from Germany. That's going to bring in a bunch of German guys that played in Bundesliga. Like, is it going to be another situation like that? We all got to hope not. You
Yeah.
know,
So
let's see.
that is kind of scary. We do have a couple players that are going to be like dead weight on this team. So I get what you're saying with the statement coming off of like they're going to be kind of stepping in shit. Well, they're going to have to see not really start like some of these guys like Wiki or Hack. You know what I mean? They're going to have to understand that like even though they're contractually obligated to on for more years, that they're just not starters right now. They didn't they were given opportunities and they just failed us this year. So hopefully a coach can come in and implement a new system, a new voice, somebody that maybe has played for the club before. Gio Sarvesi, maybe, an ex-Metro Stars guy. Maybe this is his time to come in to take the helm. I think
This is
you're
a
right.
anniversary year for them, right?
Yeah, man.
So this is a big job. Whoever's coming in right now, this is a big
This is a
thing.
big, this is a massive job for whoever gets this position. I mean, the World Cup final is going to be here. I know it doesn't have anything to do with the New York Red Bulls, but you do share this area between you and NYCFC. So you're going to have to take advantage of this little spotlight or the shadow of the spotlight that will be on this area, right? So you bring in someone like that who has won before, knows MLS, has played for the Metro Stars. This club means a lot to him. That's the main name I'm going to throw out there. Gio for the rumor mill. But yeah, I think Jim Curtin, because you stole my Jim Curtin, so I had to think of something else. I knew
Oh,
you were going
come
to
on. I
say
didn't
Jim.
steal it. It's the info that's out there.
Yeah. Or this is my other thing. They right, they bring in someone else just like, which would be stupid. And then if he sucks, can him and just promote Michael Bradley. Because I don't know if they'll just give Michael Bradley the job after 5 months with RB2.
Yeah, but
Not even a
what would it
full
say? Because
year.
they brought their head coach to be the assistant to Sandro. RB2's head coach went to be the assistant for Sandro. So now I guess he's next in line, right?
No,
He got the
Sandro's assistant coach, he got let go as well.
okay, okay, okay,
Yeah, they're both gone.
okay,
So
okay.
new regime, new regime coming in. So we can always start the rumors. Those are some names that we're just throwing out there. We would love to hear what you guys think. Who else that the Red Bulls maybe could scout to be their head coach? There's a few different ways they can go with this. I really hope not that it's not like another just German or Austrian guy, somebody that's from here and is going to understand and what it means. This is a big
Yeah,
year.
but also I think culturally, culturally, it has to be somebody who's been in the mix, man.
Yeah,
Like I think
knows MLS
culturally,
maybe.
yeah,
Because
knows them.
Sandro was foreign to MLS. And you saw it real quick. You saw how much MLS pissed Sandro off this year. Like a ton.
Yeah,
Remember in the middle of the year, he was like, the referees and this and that.
he had it. He had it.
Remember when he sprinted onto the field?
But that was fucked.
I know it was fucked,
That
but
was
I'm just
fucked.
saying, like, everybody's watching everything he was doing. So I think maybe then we were like, why is this guy like? I know he was like the calls were bad, but he was like losing his head all year
Yeah,
long.
this was a rough year for him. But think about it, bro. Like, come on, man.
He
Every
didn't know
day his
MLS.
no, no, no. But like every day his team started with like a terrible hand that was dealt to them. Whether it's an injury or them being down 2-0 in the first 3 minutes of the game. Like nothing clicked for the guy this year. And there was a point where he went to bat for the players. There was a time he threw the players under the bus, and then towards the end, he tried his best to like be the nice guy, like saying like, "Guys, the first 20 minutes were great. My guys did
Yeah,
great." Like
right.
he tried his best, you know. But like, how could you make do with what happened to him this year? Like, I don't wish that on any coach.
Yeah.
You know?
It's just so interesting because I would just wish I could be a fly on the wall with some of these conversations that are being had in at the training ground, or at least especially the one where it was Schneider, Klopp, Sandro, and pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
I'm interested in what they said because maybe Sandro knew something and it was just kind of, yeah, like you said, almost like a breakup, just kind of being a nice guy at the end and then saying, see you later.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, man.
We'll
Somebody
see.
fooled somebody. Somebody bullshitted somebody that they gave this interview for this guy. Whether it's the front office that was bullshitting this guy with what they had plans for, or he bullshitted them with how he was a great coach. Because something isn't right here.
There's definitely some drama, hidden drama going on in that front office of the New York Red Bulls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to keep unpacking it, man. It's getting interesting. It really is, but we're losing two main characters here. No more Sandro juice. It was fun while it lasted,
It was
Sandro.
fun while it lasted, man.
It did.
It
But
was
we
good.
but real quick, we're gonna shine. Speaking of the spotlight, we're gonna shine it on RB2 real fast for a couple quick minutes. The second team for the New York Red Bulls took on Chicago 2 at Montclair, New Jersey, and they were able to succeed in extra time, 5-3. Andy Rojas getting a goal. So what do you think of the RB2 guys? Hey, the second team outdoing the first team this year.
Dude, let me tell you something, man.
Eastern Conference Final.
It was actually a great game. I didn't know until yesterday that you can watch them on Apple TV. So I watched the game. It was a lot of goals. It was a lot of goals. It was better than the Steelers game, but there was a lot of goals. But they show a lot of promise, dude. Andy Rojas is a guy that we spoke about, a while ago, and he like held his weight. Like Ronald Mitchell scored. Like it was good, man. 5-3. It was a good game. At the end, it got a little crazy. They went to extra time, and then they got 2 goals in extra time, the Red Bull. But it's dope. And now they're going to bring the next two, hopefully the next two. The next game is going to be at Sports Illustrated. So it should be a vibe. There should be a crowd. I don't
November
know how to get
1st.
tickets, but maybe we could find it, and then we'll post it up here if we can find out how you could get tickets. But yeah, man, it's just dope for them.
Yeah, no, great news. I mean, for the organization still that we have guys in the pipeline. We have young talent still coming through the ranks of this franchise. It's important. It's important to any franchise, any team to have a good minor league team attached to it. So it's good that we still have guys who look like they're ready to take that next step. Super pumped for some of the younger guys. Ronald Mitchell's one. O'Fury, he's another. I don't know if he's still playing or not, but like we said, Andy Rojas, Mascara.
Andy Rojas scored 2. Mijahir Jimenez scored 2. Colowazo scored 1, and Mitchell scored 1.
Nice.
It was a good game, though, man.
Yeah,
It was a
5-3.
good game.
A lot of goals. So the boys earn the right to play at Sports Illustrated Stadium. The game is set for Saturday, November 1st at 7 p.m. So if you guys are able to make it out, I'm not sure. I mean, tickets should be like I'm not sure, $5, $10. They shouldn't be much.
It
So
shouldn't
come
be
out
that
and
expensive.
support. Yeah, come on. Come out and support the number
You
2
gonna go?
guy. You're going to see some of these guys probably in the team next year. I know you'll see Rojas on the team 100% and Mosquera and what's his name? Benedetti too, right? So those are 3 guys right there coming through that I think could really impact this team next year, which is really positive, but you still got to add that DP spot. Shout out to RB2 getting to the Eastern Conference semis, going to play Union 2. That should be good. So Philly Union's Academy, and we heard about that, versus the Red Bulls Academy. Honestly, this is going to be a great matchup. If you know anything about soccer in this area,
It should be good. Yeah, it should be
both
good.
these teams playing with nothing to lose. They're playing free. They're young. They're just balls to the wall.
It should be good. It should be good. I'm excited.
But back to the big leagues here. MLS playoffs kicked off. Although not everybody is watching MLS playoffs, like PTI. Shout out PTI.
Yeah.
We sure are here watching, and tuning into MLS playoffs still. So far, pretty good games. Miami smoothed over Nashville, right?
Yeah, we expected that. Yeah.
And we got a good Philadelphia Union versus Chicago, which was going to be my upset. Almost came true. Went down to a penalty shootout. So
almost.
Philly Union ended up winning.
The
Anything
local
else?
team starts tomorrow. Tuesday. The NYC, the boys in blue, will take on Charlotte on the road. I'm excited for this one, man. I think they have a good team to put together a nice special run the rest of the way. I know that you don't want to hear that, Steve, but I think that that could be the case.
I don't want to hear it as any kind of New York to New York fan from team to team. If I'm a Mets fan, I don't want the Yankees to fucking win the World Series, okay? It's the same thing the other way. Or from a Yankee fan, I don't want the Mets to win the World Series. So, and if I'm a Red Bulls fan, we'll see. I can at least give them credit. They were better than us. They finished it better than us with more points. I can give them that. I'm not like that delusional. I don't have the table upside down. I'd love to see them get bounced in the first round and Charlotte to, make a run. That would be an incredible story. Take nothing away from City. But, if they've been working hard this whole year. So I can see NYCFC making a run at it too. It's not going to be easy though because they got to travel to Charlotte this upcoming Tuesday, which is the last game of the MLS playoffs getting played on a Tuesday. What do you think about that Tuesday game? Do you like that, or you wish it already happened?
I like the Tuesday game. I
Okay.
like I like that the little midweek games. I'm always a fan of the midweek games. I think like sometimes stadium people don't really dig it. Like the people that have to go to the stadium because you got to rush after work. But I always dig like the midweek shenanigans, like on a Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday night. Like I like going to the Bronx. I like going to RBA wherever we got to go. I like those. The only thing I don't like going is down to Philly for U.S. Open Cup on a Wednesday, and then getting no media love after the game. That's the only thing I don't love.
Yeah, yeah.
But
We
I'm
won't forget that. We're not gonna let that one go.
yeah, yeah. But I like it, man, and I like that they play on Tuesday. You get a couple days. You come back to New York, and then you got a game here. So it should be good, man. It should be good. It should lead to a couple exciting things, man.
Honestly, this could be City's time to make a run. They get Philadelphia Union. I'm assuming if they handle business against Chicago, so that would set up NYC Philadelphia Union matchup in that next round, which would be I think, a better test for City. We also see that Cincinnati got the job done against Columbus in the Hell is
Yeah,
Real derby.
yeah.
We called that. We thought Cincinnati just had more from a Columbus team that was like fucking all over the place. So it's still very much in the taking. Inter Miami will be in it this year too. Like I said, I think they're not gonna fuck this up this year. So City will have their work cut out for them, but they got Charlotte to take care of first. That one gets going on Tuesday night, like we said. And for the rest of the bracket, we saw LA take care of business as well. Vancouver, pretty much, we nailed our predictions, man. I gotta say, we're pretty good
We
here.
were good. I was gonna say we were good.
So what's coming next is after that is this Saturday, like we said, RB2, and then City versus Charlotte for that second leg. I don't know if you know this. Little heads up. There's a sport equinox going on. Do you know what that is?
Yeah,
Okay, it's when the NHL, the MLB, NFL, and NHL all play, or NBA. Yeah, I said that right. All play at the same time, right?
yeah,
And they always love to forget about MLS. They always like to keep MLS out of the conversation.
yeah.
Well, a few people now, like Fox Sports, have been including them in that because, like we mentioned before, you think this World Cup can propel us into that top league status. I think it can, but people still complain that it's not best on best. So, hypothetically, in your opinion or whatever, 2 years from now, if it's still not best on best, because it won't be, is MLS gonna be a top league?
This is definitely going to be a top league. We were complaining a couple weeks ago about how Miami doesn't give us Messi. Da da da. I'm on the news. We're watching the news today after we eat dinner, and who's on there? Messi. And he's talking to like the news guy, and he's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to play, in the next World Cup, but I'm hoping I'm going to play in the next World Cup. That's it, dude. This guy plays in the next World Cup. He just signed on for Miami. I think till 28. So like the hype is going to be here. People are going to start to take this thing serious. But we need to start bringing players in that aren't at the end and retiring here, like Giovinco, like those kind of guys. You know what I mean? I just saw Giovinco's picture. That's why I thought of it. But like guys like that like don't come here to retire. They come here because they have a little bit left in the tank. You know?
100%. And Don Garber, I don't know which interview it was. He mentioned that. He said, I think it was something about Messi that he was happy to see Messi stay, but we're working on making the league quality better, like for him, for him to be honored to play in this league. Because I feel like maybe that is the thing where it's like sometimes maybe it's too easy for the guy, and we need a tougher league. So that's what we're saying. Teams like Red Bull, teams that can have budgets, go out there and spend a little money. But Don, you got to also loosen up the rules a little bit here and let
100%,
more guys come
100%.
in so we can bring in bring in bigger players and,
You know what the
hopefully.
MLS needs? MLS needs a good scandal. They need like the NBA's have it now. The guy,
Yeah, right. As messed up as it is, it's drama. It's intrigue. It gets people talking about it. It's in.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. He's a little. I love that, man. They need a little Sandro scandal. Maybe
that's
Sandro
it. We
on
can't
them. He
wait to
comes
hear the
back,
story.
dude. Unreal.
You
This has
know,
been fun, man. Feels
always.
good FC, baby.
That's
Local
it, baby.
support, local. That's what we're all about. Feels good FC. They're also competing right now. Just want to mention real fast in Casa, in the Casa League. It's a local league between Pennsylvania and New Jersey. They're in the New Jersey region, so they'll be playing all this season and next spring, trying to get into the Kelly Cup. So shout out to them. Shout out Cosmos. Shout out RB2. Any other
I gotta
shout outs
say,
you want to give?
I got a shout out, man. Shout out to Mark from Veritage. Just had his baby girl yesterday. So shout out to Mark from Veritage. Created a cool vibe there. He's now a dad of two. I do my Back Three podcast with him, radio show with him. But yeah, he's a dad again. So I want to give a quick shout out to Mark, our guy. We do a lot of cool things with him, and we're gonna continue to do some dope shit. Shout out to Mark for that.
Hell yeah. Veritage Brew Works, you know where it is, Bloomfield, New Jersey. We be there watching the
We
games,
be
posting
there.
up. We're posting up, hopefully for some more watch parties next season. This off season is gonna be a lot of fun. So we're gonna be here trying to get you all the news and give us our thoughts and open it up to you guys, the audience. Again, this is fan driven, always fan driven, and
And we're
locally.
not gonna abandon you like other pages have.
We're gonna stick by you guys. We believe in this. This is soccer in America. We're all multicultural, but we're all in this together. From your state to my state to New York to Connecticut even. We're all in this. So, one nation. Here we go, baby. Feels good FC. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace out.
Peace, y'all.